Will my rankings drop if I lose an extremely powerful backlink to my site? Can it be worth pursuing links that you know will be edited out after some time if the linking site is a huge authority site in the niche? So as an example, let's pretend it's like a link from CNN, and you knew you could get a link from CNN, but that link would then disappear after 3 months or whatever. This was just part of the agreement or whatever. Do you think you'd still pursue that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would too. So back to the first part of the question, will my rankings drop if I lose an extremely powerful backlink? So you had the CNN link and then you lose the CNN backlink. Can you...
It's gonna
depend on your overall...
It's gonna depend on a lot of different variables, like how powerful the overall picture is as far as backlink profile goes. That got you ranking in that SERP to begin with, and so with more backlinks, you're going to be more insulated than if you have 0 backlinks or 1 or 2 backlinks, and then that very powerful backlink that you just lost. Now, I'm also, and this is just an idea of how I think things work with Google, but losing backlinks is very common. It happens for a lot of different reasons, and occurs all the time. You can expect that on all websites that are accruing backlinks over time, those links sort of get dropped off. Like maybe not in like a massive amount, but they start to fall off for whatever reason. The webmaster stops working on that site, something gets broken, somebody goes in, deletes it for whatever reason. But I do think that if you've already gained the trust via Google of getting that backlink, and then it starts resonating, especially within the top 3 positions, this is where you're going to notice that you're more solidified due to the usage of your website via the traffic that you're getting there. And so that kind of insulates you in its own way too. But then if you're already there, or if you've had this backlink, there's a sort of like lingering effect. It's not very often that you're going to notice an immediate drop as soon as you lose that backlink. That might have been the case, years ago, but it's not the case anymore. And so quite honestly, I don't really think about, when I'm going to lose the backlinks. I don't ever go back in history and check, which backlinks I lost. I'm just continually working on a campaign that mimics getting normal press. And part of the normalcy of all of this occurring is that, you are going to lose backlinks. It's just what happens. It's in the nature of the landscape. And so I wouldn't worry too much about, whether it's not there. However, if you're one of these people that's kind of built a backlink campaign to an asset and it's finite, like meaning that you're not really pursuing more backlinks, maybe you're not getting them naturally either, then losing a backlink from a very reputable website, if your overall backlink profile isn't continually evolving, or maybe that was, like I said earlier, one of the stronger, like more pertinent backlinks that you've got in your backlink profile, then I would say it's a higher chance of getting volatility on the way, I guess on the way down, if it was to affect you.
Yeah, so short answer, you can definitely lose some rankings by losing an extremely good backlink. But, we also feel like you might not really lose like all of the juice that it was giving you, really. Because if you think about it for a little bit, it's like CNN gave you a link, right? So CNN endorsed you. They said, this is a great source of information at one point. Maybe now, for whatever reason, they made a change to their website. Maybe they found a better source of information. The fact still remains that they did endorse you for some time.
And that's cataloged by Google.
Yeah, so, do you lose some link juice? I would say more than likely. Do you lose all of it? I would say probably not. And so the second part of the question deals with, is it worth pursuing links like that if you know they're going to disappear after some time? And that's kind of a really difficult question to answer. It's gonna really depend on basically what the cost is to you, right? And it's gonna have to be a judgment call on your part. Yeah, I can't really think of a better way to answer it than that. You're just gonna have to understand that you're probably going to lose a decent amount of juice from it. Maybe not all of it, but just go ahead and expect that you're going to lose some of its benefit, and factor that into your decision making process, and go from there. We don't really pursue links like this, but we might if CNN came up to us today and said, "Hey, do you guys want an article done on you or whatever, and
Yes.
we can link to you." But I guess the question would be like, at what cost would we
It'd be pretty high, honestly, just to get that in there and always have the proof. But you can use that to a lot of different advantages, not just backlink profile, but trust badges, etc. Right? So
yeah.
if we're talking about CNN, however, I think I know what this guy might be talking about in relevance to links. And so in aspects to types of links that would do this, I would advise that, if you're going to be using links that aren't going to be there over time, or like it's finite, right, then you don't want to overdo that, because Google's going to be able to notice when somebody's getting all these links and then they just disappear a few months later, right?
Well, this is I actually know exactly what this is. This is someone we know, and it was one link from a very big authority. Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's good. Yeah. So anyhow, yeah. Long story short, yes, I would probably buy it. But everything is cost benefit, right? Like, what do you stand to gain, and how much do you stand to spend to gain what you think you can get from it? So
yeah, I guess it also kind of just depends on.
If you're a newer site and this
Yeah.
is like what you're trying to do as a Hail Mary, it's probably not the best thing to do. If you're an age site with a lot of power, a lot of trust, you move in the SERPs very fluidly.
You've got a good amount of money coming in. Maybe you
Yeah.
have a little bit of budget you can throw around for one of these super
Yeah.
good links that
I guess that's worth mentioning. If you're looking, because we see this in PBNs especially, where people are looking for the Hail Mary, they're like, oh, I just need one PBN and I'm going to rank for everything and it's going to be amazing. Well, don't blow your wad of money on, one Hail Mary. Like, it's more important to build a natural looking profile over time. Try and be consistent. If that's, 1 or 2 links a month, then just keep doing that gradually, right? Like, but expect that to do you better than to, just splurge on one link that you think is so powerful that it's going to rank you for everything, because it doesn't work like that.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the description below for links to our blog for more info on this topic, along with a bunch of other cool stuff like case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell if you enjoyed the video. Thanks and happy ranking.